We are live, Ben. Want to get us started?
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Hello, and welcome everyone to Business Time Hacks with IFT. Today, we're going to be covering social media automations for your small business. My name is Ben. I'll be your host, and I'm joining you all today from Oakland, California. Fun fact about Oakland and the Bay Area is we have a pretty good little basketball team out here. And they've really been known for being a really good three-point shooting team. However, if you ever listen to the games on the radio, and they have a big breakaway slam dunk, and everyone gets on their feet, and the radio announcer will say, "Now that, folks, was an elevation sensation." And I only tell you that story because today, folks, just for you, this live stream presentation is going to be a social media automation sensation. And to help me with that presentation is your other host, my colleague and best friend, Trip Stanford, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
What's up, guys? Chattanooga, we don't have a major basketball team, so you've got me, the social media automation sensation.
I went out in left field, but I brought it back there. At least I tried to.
No, that was good. I liked it. So.
Yeah. All right. So for today, our agenda, briefly, as always, want to talk about why we're doing this and who this live stream was designed for. Then Trip is going to talk to us about the ABCs of social media for your small business, and that'll include cross-posting, data storage, and competitive analysis. Then I'm going to go over some content creation with the AI tools on IFT. And then afterwards, we're going to do a quick recap or overview of the other AI tools on IFT. There will be time for questions at the end, though I do believe we have someone else that's going to be active in the chats answering questions, so don't feel like you have to wait till the end. And then we're also going to be giving away 1 free year of IFT Pro Plus. So one lucky guest will get a free year of IFT Pro Plus, valued at, I believe, like $60, $70 for the year. So who is this for? Our fastest growing user segment right now at IFT is what you might refer to as a solopreneur. This could be a wedding DJ, a podcaster, a candle maker, someone with a Patreon, or just anyone that's trying to make money on the internet. These individuals often have families, and sometimes they have day jobs as well. Thank you. It helps them.
Everyone's trying to make money on the internet these days.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to make money on the internet. It helps them, these individuals, by automating the tools that they use every day, which saves them a ton of time that can then be reallocated to focusing on what it is they actually love, the core activities of the business, or perhaps spending more time with their family and their loved ones. So with that, I ask you, Trip, if I am someone that is starting a business from scratch, or perhaps I already have a business, I'm the CFO, I'm the COO, I'm the CEO, I'm running day-to-day operations, and I'm trying to figure out how to get started on social media with a limited amount of time, a limited amount of know-how. How should I be thinking about social media for my small business?
Yeah. So super high level, I just want to kind of walk through the concepts of social media for all of our small business users. One, you don't have to be on every single platform. All right. The beauty of social media is very scalable. You can connect with a lot of your target audience in a very quick, easy way. And you can kind of tell a story about your business to your entire audience daily, just by like taking short videos, posting quick tweets. It's a really, functional and economical way to connect with your audience. But a lot of people think when I start a business, I got to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. They think they got to be on all of these different platforms to really capture their audience. And I highly suggest pick 2 or 3 that you are really good at. And that kind of, if you're really good at making short form video, do TikTok. You're going to get a huge brand awareness opportunity there. But if you're really good at writing, try and Twitter. Like your audience could definitely be on Twitter and like these little sub niches. And think about your business. So if you're a small local home service business, like a plumber, roofer, moving company, then you can be on TikTok and you can definitely get a lot of brand awareness there, but you're not going to be able to serve, if you're in Chattanooga, where I'm from, you're not going to be able to serve people in Oakland, California, just because that's out of your range. You know what I mean? So in that perspective, Facebook and like Facebook groups are really important, and people can recommend your services across Facebook. And if you already have a Facebook page with a lot of reviews and you're posting content there, then that really legitimizes your business. And any new customer can really trust that your business exists on that platform and in your city, if you're a home service business. Where on the other end, if you're a Twitch streamer, you want to be on Discord and Twitter, because your audience is definitely on Discord and Twitter. And you can automatically, whenever you go live on Twitch, just post a message to Discord and really engage your audience on those platforms. So really just start thinking about what your business is and where your audience exists on the internet. And then also, what kind of content are you good at producing? Those are the kind of ways I would just encourage you guys to think as you're starting your business and like running your business. And again, questions to ask yourself: where's your audience hanging out? So is there a unique city subreddit that you can connect with if you're a local service business? Or is there a niche topic? If you're a Twitch streamer and you're really into covering comic books, right? Is there like a Discord of comic book enthusiasts that you can connect with? Or is there, a subreddit of comic book enthusiasts you can kind of engage with? Your audience, for every business you want to start, your audience is already on the internet. You just got to find those niche subgroups and communities and just try and interact with them in a way that they like for you to interact with them. So, that's kind of all I wanted to say. But let's get into how you can automate a lot of your social media. So what IFT is really good at is saving small business owners time, right? So as a small business owner, you don't want to say, hey, I got to post to Twitter. I got to create an Instagram photo. I got to post to Facebook. I got to make a YouTube video, right? So all of that takes a lot of time, and it takes you away from actually running your business. So what we like to do is just connect all those dots so that you can post in one place and it posts across all these other platforms, and then saves you time in the process, right? So here are a few applets that I would suggest you starting, depending if you want to build audiences or if you already have an audience on these platforms. Just try and connect these to really start saving you time in your small business. So like the first one is automatically share your new videos from YouTube onto your Facebook page, right? So if you are building an audience on Facebook, or if you already have one, but then you want to expand into YouTube to like showcase your business or your daily life or do vlogs, then this is a really good one. And almost 35,000 other people really like that one. So that's a really good one to kind of share across other platforms. Same thing with this Twitch stream. So if I am a Twitch streamer, I normally have communities across Discord and Twitter, right? We've kind of seen that a lot. So this is every time you start a new stream on Twitch, post to Discord. And then it really, if you're on Twitch and you're just speaking to nobody, right? You've got an audience and you're trying to like gain more followers. Having that influx of your audience off of Discord to pump into your Twitch account is really good for you to kind of see some brand awareness and kind of expand on that platform. And then finally, this one's really good for local businesses. So Google My Business is the source of all new customers for local service businesses. And you really want to update that regularly and be engaged on that one, on that platform. So if you are also posting to Instagram, you can automatically post that Instagram post to your Google My Business profile. And then whenever someone searches for plumber near me, moving company near me, they're going to see your Google My Business and they're going to see you're active on there, and they're going to trust you more and recognize that you're doing a lot more business there, right? So if you're like taking pictures of you on the job site, then they trust that you're an actual business and you're doing local business in their city. So I thought that one's a really good one. And so we can go next to.
Yeah, I've always thought that, like, if I ever went to someone's Google page and they didn't have photos, and maybe this is the wrong way to think, but I always saw that as a red flag. So I think connecting those two is become a really popular.
Well, especially if you're a restaurant or a bakery, people want to see what food they're going.
Who's eating there, right? Yeah,
for sure. So, all right. So this one are just different ways you can use our social media automation platform. So a lot of people, almost 36,000 people like to keep a data set. So basically use like Google Sheets as their storage. And then whenever they post a tweet, it automatically gets added to Google Sheets. So then they can see almost this historical database of all their tweets and see like, what content are they producing and what are they, what engagement they're getting. And this is actually really cool. You can set this up to track your competitors as well. So if you have a few other competitors on, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you can like measure, you can always just keep a spreadsheet of what content they're posting. And then you can kind of see like, oh, what's working for them and what are they producing on their end, and then you can kind of compare that over time and just start redesigning your social media strategy to compete with their social media strategy. Another really common one is share your new WordPress post to Twitter with an image. So let's say you are running a blog, right? And you're on WordPress or Webflow. And whenever you post a new blog on your website, you want to distribute it, right? So you want to either send an email to all your audience or post it to your social media channels. Well, with IFT, you can automate a lot of that, right? So this one, 7,000 people are automatically sharing their latest WordPress post to Twitter to try and drive a little bit of social media referral traffic to their blog post and just get whatever new news that they're posting about out into the world and in front of their audience. So that's a really good use case. And finally, we have, I would say almost 50, Ben, you can correct me on this, but like individual news sites on IFT that you can automatically connect to whatever tool you're wanting to consume that news on or just get notified with that news on. And that's really good for small businesses because it's, as a content creator, it's really tough thinking about new content to create. So Ben can, confirm that with me. But it's sometimes you want to position yourself as a thought leader in your industry. And sometimes it is sharing other people's content, right? So if you're in the tech sector, you want to be able to basically scan all new tech posts from BBC News. And if there's one that's really relevant for your audience, you can curate that and share it with your audience. And it positions yourself as a thought leader for that piece of content or that industry. So these are just a few ideas I kind of run past you all. Again, every business is different and every industry is different. But IFT is super powerful to save you guys time on either thinking about content to produce for your audience or producing that content and then sharing it across a lot of other channels.
Awesome. Thank you, Trip.
Yeah.
So this one, I believe, is me. Yeah. So what you see here, the AI social creator, what you see here are two of my very own social media posts. The one on the left is a long form post from LinkedIn, and the one on the right is a shorter form post on Twitter. And the one thing that they have in common is that I didn't have to lift a finger to post either one of them. And that's because they are both fully automated using AI and an RSS feed, similar to the one that Trip referred to from BBC News in the last slide. So at this time, I'm going to quickly show you how you can use the AI social tool to create this for yourself. So we're going to awkward transition here to if.com.
Never an awkward transition. You did that beautifully. All right.
Yeah. We're gonna switch here to if.com/explore. And I'm going to hit this create button in the top right. And I'm a big sports guy, which if you couldn't tell from my opening attempt at a joke, I love sports. I love sports in the Bay Area. So I'm going to search for the National Football League. And basically, this service has 32 triggers, one for each team. So pick your flavor. I follow the San Francisco 49ers. They're 5-1 this year, by the way. And that's what I'm going to use for my trigger for this. So this applet is going to fire every time there's a new post from the San Francisco 49ers from USA Today. And I'm then going to click this little button here in the middle. I call it a button. And we're going to hit that button again next to query. And I'm going to type in AI social creator. And there's a few options here. The one I'm going to select is generate a social media update for a blog post. And here we're going to entry title. We're going to leave that as is. For platform, I'm going to do LinkedIn this time. And for content, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to hit add ingredient and select entry content. And then for the link, I'm just going to map this to entry URL. And for tone, I think anytime you're doing anything, you should always try to have a professional tone. This goes double for LinkedIn, so we'll select professional. If I wanted to do a different language, I could just simply type Spanish, right? And it's pretty intuitive. So we're going to leave it as default English for this and create query. The next thing we're going to do is add our action. Now, I could have this post directly to my LinkedIn page. I'm not going to do that because I think AI is awesome. I don't think AI is perfect. So I am going to take the extra step to send this to myself as a Gmail first, just so I can have the opportunity to give it a once over, maybe add any hashtags or, salutations or, at particular people if I want to before I send it out. So I'm going to select send yourself an email. And for the subject, its default is entry title. I might just say LinkedIn post for entry title. And that'll be the title of the article or the blog. And for body, I will get rid of where it says entry content. Now, this is very important, right? This is the part where we include the query that we just created, the AI query that is. So we're going to click add ingredient. We're going to hit this little drop down here. And I'm going to select generate a social media update for a blog post. And select content. And then for attachment URL, we're just going to match this to entry URL and create action. So that's how easy it is to create an automated, automated social media post using, San Francisco 49ers to Gmail and then eventually LinkedIn. I actually, so I'm pretty good friends with my barber here in Oakland, and I was helping him get his social media automated. And I thought that, I was like, hey, do you want to do something with the photos that you take of the people that come in here? And he said, no, because everyone that comes in here talks about sports. He said, so I want to automate sports to the barbershop account on Facebook. So I created him one similar to this. I created him one for the Oakland Raiders. I created him one for the Golden State Warriors. And we have a couple baseball teams here as well. So that's what he wanted on his social media for his barbershop. He felt that was outside of work, or outside of just cutting their hair.
I think that's great. That was a really cool way that like the barber knew who his audience was and kind of what content that they want, instead of like just posting daily updates on just different people's haircuts, which I've seen a lot of barbers do. He's basically giving them the content they want and then a topic to talk about when they're in the seat at the barber shop. You know what I mean? I think that's yeah.
Everyone's in there talking sports, and I think he found a way to it's so simple, but it's kind of genius. He found a way to continue that shop talk outside, throughout the, I guess the 2 weeks or the month with which they're, which they go before their next haircut. So
yeah, for sure.
It's a great way for him to engage with folks. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And is this what the post looks like?
Yeah, I just wanted to show an example. Yeah. This is one I ran maybe a month or so ago, and it's a different applet, obviously, but very similar concept where I have college football posts that are ready for LinkedIn, and again, I send it to email first because I want to give it a once over before I post it. But I'll read this one really quickly, or read part of it. Exciting news in the world of college football. The double overtime showdown between Colorado and Colorado State captured the attention of a record-breaking audience. With a staggering 9.3 million viewers, the late-night matchup became the highest-rated college football game ever on ESPN. If you missed out on this epic game, fear not. You can catch all of the thrilling moments and highlights by checking out this blog post here. So this is something that I would edit here, is this part here with the link. I could probably have made a better applet that would have fixed that. But then it goes on to say, make sure you dive into the action and relish in the excitement of this historic showdown. Don't miss the chance to witness history in the making. And it's really cool. It gives a football emoji, a TV emoji, hashtag college football, hashtag ESPN, hashtag record breaking, hashtag excitement. Like, I mean, this is gold. Like this is this is perfect. This is what you want AI to do for you.
Oh, totally. No, I think this is awesome. And again, like you can just automatically post that on your social media if you want it. It doesn't look bad. But if you are a little bit more conscious of like how you position your brand on the internet, just send yourself an email before you post it. Add it to Slack. Add it to a Google Sheets folder if you want to just like be able to copy and paste off of there. Or what I've seen a lot of people do is add it to their project management tool. So like we use ClickUp internally, and we have a whole automated social media account posting for whenever we publish a blog. We create and write social media posts for our social media inside of ClickUp using IFT. And then, but you can do Asana, Jira, Google Tasks, the iOS reminders. Yeah, for sure. So there's a ton of different project management tools that you can just already add that social media post to before you schedule it. So, and we also have Buffer on the platform. And Buffer is a huge social media automation tool. You can just add posts to Buffer and then in a queue, and then like once a day you jump in there and you edit and approve them before they go live. So I think that's a really smart way to use AI to write your posts and then schedule them on your desired platform.
Yeah, and like Trip mentioned, there's a good number of BBC News is obviously one of the most popular ones, CNN, ESPN, the National Football League. There's a good 50 to 75 news services or news blogs, news article services on IFT. That being said, you can do this with any working RSS feed. So anything if what you want to post isn't on IFT, you can still find it. I think there's some YouTube tutorials out there from our IFT channel that can help you with that as well.
Killer.
Awesome.
Hey, real quick, before we jump into the other one, I wanted to answer a couple questions.
Sure.
Yeah. Jim, still claim it. We've got it waiting for you. All right. But thanks for joining here again. And then you also had another highlight that I wanted to highlight. Oh, this one. I've managed to grow a Twitter account to 130,000 followers with millions of monthly views using IFT and Reddit upvotes. You got to think outside of the box. So that's great, Jim. I'd love to see it, honestly. I think using IFT to kind of automatically grow your social media is one of our biggest benefits, right? So love to see it. Thanks for joining us again. But I think all small business owners have the opportunity to do this if they just think a little bit more creatively of how they automate their social media.
Yeah, Jim, we might need to interview you on your social media for one of these live streams. I
want to
think
go
that
live
would
with
be
us?
really interesting. I think our user base would love to see how you've done that. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go now to the next slide. Okay, so we showed you the AI social creator. We actually did a live stream that you can find a few weeks back on our YouTube channel where we went over all 4 of the AI AI services on IFT. Just to kind of recap a couple of those, other than, of course, the social creator that we just showed you. You've got the AI content creator. This is like what I think as a blog writer or an English 101 student's dream. Basically, you can take any topic and it can instantly give you titles or content or an outline for a blog. Trip and I use this all the time where we're writing blogs for IF just to kind of get us started, like get us ready to write something, kind of help us with that writer's block. We don't really end up using any of what is created for us, but it's a great way to just kind of to get pen on paper and get to work and get started. I think some people call it writer's block, some people call it blank page syndrome, but the AI content creator is really great for that. The next one is the AI summarizer. This one is perfect for consuming lots of information and breaking down and helping you take action on. For example, if you've got like like an hour's worth of meeting notes, and your boss asks you to take these notes on every meeting, and your boss isn't going to actually read the notes, but perhaps if you gave if you had AI kind of break the notes down into action items or highlights, I think it would be a more digestible thing for you to actually to use at some point and to archive. So that's what the AI summarizer is good for. And then finally is the AI prompt service, and the AI prompt is for basically everything else. The way I like to refer to the AI prompt is it's basically ChatGPT on IFT. So you can set up where you a lot of people like to set up the note widget on their phone. The note widget is an IF service where you can just literally grab your phone, type in a question, and the AI will then take that information and answer that question for you, same way ChatGPT does, just having it sent to a different location, right? So you can go throughout your day, you can type stuff in the AI prompt on your phone and have those answers sent to you via text or via Gmail or added to a new row in a Google spreadsheet, so on and so forth.
You can add as a notification on your phone. So you basically ask and then automatically get shown. But yeah, that's basically having ChatGPT in your pocket. Like right now, I don't think ChatGPT has a mobile app, but so you can kind of use the AI prompt in a way to design that and make a custom one in your.
It's mobile ChatGPT. Yeah. That's a great way to think about it.
Also, be on the lookout if we're releasing new iPhone widgets and Android widgets next week. So there's gonna be an email that's going out that kind of teaches you how to set those up on your mobile device. But they're really cool. And right now you can set those widgets up already, but we're just adding a lot of features to them. So just be on the lookout. All right.
Definitely. Awesome.
Cool.
So questions.
Yeah, we ready? So there are a few in here I wanted to highlight. So first off, Hector, I saw yours. I was going to respond in the chat, but I decided I should do it here. So I created a recipe that when I post a photo on Instagram, it posts to Twitter and Tumblr, but it works a couple of times, then it doesn't work anymore. With this one, I would just suggest going to our help team. So help.ift.com. They can go through and analyze your applet specifically for you. But if it doesn't work, we're working internally, we're working on better error messages for you guys. So you can kind of figure out like some problems and why it's not working on its own. And yeah, that should be going out in the next few months. But for this one specifically, I say go to help.if.com, chat with our support team. They can definitely help you out with that one. And then this one, can we talk about ways to use if for replying back to comments? So whenever you're looking at a social media platform on if, just check the details tab and it'll say what actions you can do. You could, whenever like you post and people are commenting on your like a social media post, I think a lot of that should be manual. I think like that's how you build a relationship with your audience, is by having those one-on-one connections across social media. But I don't think right now Twitter allows replies on comments. Ben, you can correct me here. Like I think maybe people have used it. They've had to like set up really custom ways to do that, or even like slide in DMs using IFT. But right now our Twitter platform doesn't, our Twitter connection doesn't allow automatic replies.
Yeah. So when we build so the way it works is when we build a service, or when a service builds to us, they connect their API, and that API has certain endpoints that they make available. And those endpoints, we call them triggers, queries, and actions. And if replying to, if there's not a trigger that says new comment, and there's not an action that says reply to comment, then we can't really allow for that. I think probably the best example of this working on if today is the Google My Business service, where if someone leaves you a review, you can automatically reply to that review. And you can kind of set it up to where AI can say, okay, this is a 1-star review, let me reply with this. This is a 5-star review, let me reply with this. So that's one example
but Google My Business let that API endpoint free and open to us to kind of connect to, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Or like in Twitter, that doesn't exist. So I would say for right now, I build those relationships manually, and then I'll send this to our tech team to see if there's a custom way we can kind of build around that. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. I do have a couple here of people just highlighting the really cool applets I want to show. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Nasty Shirts, he goes, I created an applet that automatically creates social media posts and then uploads them to Buffer for any new product he adds to his Shopify store. So he uses it might be a she. So they use the AI social creator and an RS feed, which is sweet. I think that's awesome. So think about like if I'm running a Shopify store and I'm, taking pictures of my t-shirts and I upload it into Shopify, it automatically creates a post for me and adds it to Buffer, so I don't have to go through and write that later. I think that's an awesome way. That's an awesome use case right there.
Yeah, I would, similar to Jim Wells, I would love Nasty Shirts. I would love for you to email us at marketing@if.com, because I would love to kind of chat more about this. I'd love to hear more about these automations with your business.
No, that's awesome. And here's another one. So check this out. So Cha Joe, if you're in Chattanooga, Joe, let's connect. But Cha Joe is great. So for social media and promoting my store, I use an album folder on my server with a PHP file which rotates random images, so every post is different. This applet with AI works like a charm. I think that's really sweet. It's way more technical than I am, but yeah, I love the way you're kind of thinking outside of the box. You're running some local automations with PHP and then using if to kind of automatically publish that across different social media sites and if AI. So great work, Cha Joe.
I think Cha Joe, I'm going to guess that instead of maybe Chattanooga, I'm thinking it's Chicago or Charlotte.
Ooh, I can see that. You're right. He might be Chicago Joe.
Joe. That's a pretty cool name. Yeah.
That's a great name.
Nasty Shirts still is my favorite so far.
Yeah. All right, Steven. So can you do branches in the logical diagram in IFT, like testing a condition, and if yes, doing something, and if no, doing something else? So right now you do have you can have one branch that goes directly down and it can automatically do other stuff. There are ways you can have logic kind of in Google Sheets that triggers other applets. So you technically, you would say you would create like 2 or 3 applets that are each their own branch. And then whenever the first applet does something inside of Google Sheets, you'll get an answer, and then that will trigger another applet, if that makes sense. So yes, you could do branches, but it won't necessarily be in the same applet. It would be multiple applets, and the logic use case is inside of Google Sheets.
There's a lot that you can do as well with the filter code through if, but it's more like, like, for example, if article has certain keyword, run this applet. If it doesn't, skip this applet. So you would have to you'd have to set this up depending on what you're trying to do. You'd probably, like Trip said, you probably have to set up multiple applets, but it's definitely possible. Sounds like you probably do make better applets, more sophisticated applets than Trip and I do based on this question. So
yeah, totally. And then finally, Lokesh asks, do you plan on making a shortcuts for iPhone OS connection? And we've already made it, Lokesh. So check this out. Go to if.com iOS_shortcuts. You can basically automate off of your iOS shortcuts from your mobile device using IFT. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks for asking.
And thank you for whoever answered that question for us in the chat.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all again so much for showing up to our social media automation sensation presentation. We look forward to having you next week for our what are we doing next week, Trip? We got a live stream with Nunzio.
Yeah, so AccuFlow, go to AccuFlow.com. It's a time blocking app there. Over the past year, they've joined IFT, and we've got a lot of new users using IFT to kind of connect a lot of cool stuff with that platform. I am a personal user, so I love AccuFlow. It basically helps me, I just save so much time because I'm able to block off tasks that come from Slack, come from our ClickUp database, come from Google Tasks. Personally, I can use a Google Home and just create tasks on my AccuFlow account using IFT. But Nunzio is their CEO, and he's going to come and teach us about time blocking and project management. So if you're interested in that stuff, be on the lookout. I think it's on November 1st, right then?
Yes, November 1st. That's right.
Cool. So yeah, we'll send out that live stream details later. But yeah, be on the lookout if you're into project management and optimizing your productivity. I'm excited for that one.
Absolutely. Thanks again, guys. I almost forgot. We have to give away one free year of IFPRO Plus. We don't have, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. We don't have a sophisticated way of picking a random winner. So
yeah,
for another week, I have to ask you, Trip, to pick someone out from, the questions, the chat box, and yeah, who's our winner for this week.
Yeah, just because I loved that question or that use case earlier with the Shopify store, I'd say Nasty Shirts, send us an email. Your win this week, you get a free year of Pro Plus. And then I noticed you asked me another question. So it says, is it possible to set up a filter to prevent the AI social creator from using certain words? We do have a filter query, but I'm not exactly sure if you can cut out specific words using it. Send us an email and I'll respond to that one with your answer. How does that sound?
Cool. Thanks. Well, congratulations, Nasty Shirt, for that, for winning and for the awesome questions. We really appreciate it. Yeah. I think that's it. Thank you all again for joining, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Bye, guys.